Hey guys, it's the tutorial guy here today with my first brand new video on how to solve the Rubik's Cube. Infamously known to be one of the hardest puzzles ever made and the best-selling toy in the world. I'm going to show you how to solve this. So first things first, I've got to show you guys just some important things to note. So first of all, the white face is always going to be opposite the yellow face. The orange face is always going to be opposite the red face. Orange side is always going to be opposite red side, and then green is always going to be opposite blue. So if we have the white side facing up, moving the cube in this direction would be considered R, and then moving it in this direction would be considered R prime, and then moving the cube in this direction would be considered L, moving it in this direction would be considered L prime. Moving the front face clockwise would be considered F, and counterclockwise would be considered F prime. Moving the back face counterclockwise would be considered B, and clockwise would be considered B prime. And then the top white face, moving it to the left, would be considered U, and moving it to the right would be considered U prime. Now for our last and final face, this D face right here, if white is still facing up, moving it to the right would be considered D, moving it to the left would be considered D prime. So now that we know that, we can go ahead and talk about some of the important things. So edges always have 2 sides on the edge piece, as opposed to corners which have 3. So that's something very important to know, and which we'll talk about later as well. So on that note, an edge can never replace a corner, and a corner can never replace an edge, meaning that I can't put that edge where that corner is, basically. Okay, and also, I think we just about covered it, but the centers are always locked, like I said before, in the combination if white is facing up, orange, green, red, blue. I'm sorry that the orange or the red looks a bit like orange, but you guys should be able to. You can't really tell, can you? But it's not too big of a problem. I'll figure it out in the next part of the video. But yeah, so now we can go ahead and get it scrambled up, and we'll be able to continue with our video series. There's going to be a link to part 2